Hi everyone, I'm Carlin. Welcome back to my channel. Today's flow, whether you're taking it before a workout, before a more intense yoga practice, or in isolation just as your practice for the day or just a way to get the body moving during the day, it will warm up the body, stretch out the muscles, and start to build some heat in the body in a pretty short period of time. So you won't need any props for this class, and we're gonna get started standing at the top of the mat. I'll see you there when you're ready. Let's take a moment here to get grounded, feet hips width distance apart, all four corners of the feet pressing down into the mat. Slight bend of the knees, the tailbone tucks down, and the belly button pulls in and up, engaging the core right away. Place one hand on top of your heart and then the other hand on top of that. Relax the shoulders down the back. And let's start by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. And on your next inhale, reach the fingertips up to the sky, stand up nice and tall, and then cactus the arms, bring them to 2 90-degree angles, puff out the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Opening the upper back and the heart, take an inhale here. And on your exhale, just bring the hands together, tuck the chin to the chest and round forward. Not a full fold, just a little rounding of the head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, open back up, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, round down. Keep moving just like that, starting to really open up the upper body. Using your inhale to find these cactus or goalpost arms, and your exhale to find that slight tuck of the chin in your little mini forward fold. One more round here. And take it down again. And then let's inhale this time. Reach the arms behind you. Big breath in. And as you exhale, interlace the fingers together and fold forward, keeping a bend in the knees. Opening the shoulders here, your hands can stay low towards the base of the spine or the seat, or you can start to bring them up and over the head if you feel you have space in the body. You can pass through the knees, bending one at a time to get couple more breaths here. Nice deep inhales, long slow exhales. One more round of breath here. And then staying nice and low, just let the fingertips fall down to the ground. Find your full ragdoll, letting everything hang nice and heavy. Bending the knees enough to connect the chest to the thighs. One more breath cycle here. And then the next time you inhale, bring the hands to the shins and look up halfway. Stay here for a couple breaths. Spine is nice and long. One long line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Neck stays long as you gaze forward. One more inhale here. And on your exhale, just plant the hands and step right back to your downward facing dog. Immediately finding some movement in your down dog, pedaling through the knees, the feet. Really pressing down into one heel as you bend into the opposite knee, maybe finding some pulses, stretching out the back of each leg. Eventually settle into stillness, taking a few breaths in your down dog. And when you're ready, we'll find a twist. Walk the feet wide to the opposite edges of the mat and walk them in a little bit closer to the hands as well. Keep pressing into the right hand and reach the left hand underneath the body. Cross it over, grab the right ankle, shin, or thigh. Pull the right hip back, and as you twist here, bringing the head underneath the right armpit, feel your right outer hip and your IT band stretch as well. One more big breath. And make your way back to center, leaving the feet as they are, pressing down into the left hand and drawing the right arm underneath the body, grabbing onto the left ankle, shin, or thigh this time. And as you pull the left hip back, really feel that left outer hip and that IT band stretching out. One more breath. And then we'll plant the right hand and step right back to our regular downward facing dog. Feet, hips width distance apart. And from here, keeping the legs nice and long, take the gaze to the hands and slowly roll forward into your high plank. Take a breath here. And then lift the hips, make your way back to your downward facing dog. Move with your breath. Inhale for your high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Finding this fluid movement of the spine as you articulate forward and back, but also finding strength in the upper body and in the core as you move into your high plank. The next time you come to your high plank, hold. Take an inhale here. Option to drop the knees on your exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, little back bend. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Let's do that again. Roll forward, high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down or just halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Let's move through that half sun salutation one more time, rolling forward, high plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Bend the knees a lot, look to the hands, and step the feet outside of the hands, setting up for our Malasana. So your heels will face in, your toes will face slightly out. Hands come to prayer, and your elbows press into the knees. Your knees press back into the elbows. You can take some movement here, side to side, opening up the hips. Just a couple more breaths here. Finding this nice, gentle lubrication of the hip joints. And then from here, plant the left hand just right underneath the face and step the left foot back as you reach the right fingertips up. So we're in a variation of our twisted lunge or our twisted lizard pose, but your right toes are facing slightly out. Breathe here. And from here, just go ahead and drop the back knee. Stay in this twisted lunge. You can untuck the toes. Maybe you sink a little bit deeper into the right hip. And then you have the option to stay here or kick that left foot in towards the seat and hold on to the left foot with the right hand. Opening the right shoulder, keeping your gaze up, but adding in a quad stretch here for the left leg. One more breath. And let's just reverse our steps to come out of this. So come back to your low lunge with your twist. Go ahead and tuck the toes. Come back to your high crescent lunge, twisted. And then plant the right hand inside of the right foot and step the left foot outside of the left hand. And we're back in our Malasana. Again, find a couple breaths here. Maybe this time you find a little bit of opening, twisting open on each side. Maybe you just find those little rocks side to side. And we'll take that on the other side. So this time you'll plant the right hand underneath the face, step the right foot back and reach the left fingertips up to the sky. Stay here, building heat, but also finding this nice twist. And then when you're ready, drop the right knee, untuck the toes. Here we're coming deeper into our twist, deeper into our hips. You can stay here or you can kick that right foot in towards the seat and grab onto the right foot with the left hand, finding a nice deep opening in the right quad. Keep your gaze up or neutral, whatever feels better. One more breath. And then we'll reverse our steps to come out of this. Come back to your twisted low lunge. Tuck the right toes, lift the back knee, and then plant the left hand to the inside of the left foot and step back to your Malasana. And from your Malasana, keep the hands planted and just fold forward. Bending one knee at a time, moving side to side. And when you're ready, plant the hands and just step right back to your downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, we're coming into a dolphin pose. So you have two options for dolphin pose. For more of a challenge, you can try and drop both elbows at the same time, or you can start on the knees. And from the knees, you'll grab opposite elbows to find your alignment, and then bring the hands to parallel, keeping the toes tucked, lifting the hips, and coming into your dolphin pose that way. So stay in this variation of dolphin or walk the feet closer into the elbows. Doesn't have to be super close, but just enough to feel that heat build in the shoulders and that deep stretch in the back of the legs. Option to lift the left leg and lower it. Lift the right leg and lower it. Left leg one more time. Lower. Right leg one more time. Lower. One breath in your dolphin pose. And then take your gaze forward and start to walk the feet back, walking yourself into a forearm plank. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, drop the belly, untuck the toes, and we're in our Sphinx Pose. This is a lot, but I'm a little out of breath. Bring the feet wider apart. If there's any discomfort in the low back, relax the shoulders, and bring the right ear to the right shoulder, stretching the left side of the neck. One more breath. And then other side, left ear, left shoulder, right side of the neck stretches. And then come back through center, tuck the chin to the chest. Stretching out the back of the neck. And then from here, tuck the toes, lift the knees. We're back in our forearm plank. And then come to your high plank and lift the hips for your downward facing dog. Breathing here. One more, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then as you're ready, just drop the knees and come onto your seat. We'll take one more stretch from this seated position. Bring the soles of the feet together, opening up the feet up slightly like a book, thumbs to the soles of the feet. Keep the spine nice and long. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, just hinge forward. Maybe use the elbows to press the legs down further towards the ground. Two more breaths. As you're ready, just gently lift up. Find a comfortable seat, crossing the legs one on top of the other. Just like we began class, take one hand on top of your heart and the other hand on top of that. And we'll take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2 more. Last one. Thank you all so much for practicing with me, for that nice, quick little warm-up. Hopefully you're feeling ready to go, whatever you have coming up next in your day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Namaste.